Hello everyone, konnichiwa. Welcome to the 25th lesson of the Basic Japanese series for beginners. In this video, you will learn a few verbs such as pay, give back, take care, worry, etc. which are commonly used in daily life. You will also learn two sentence patterns that make use of the nai form. The first one ending with nakute mo ii desu, which indicates that the action described by the verb doesn't have to be done. And the second one ending with V-nakereba narimasen, which indicates that the action described by the verb has to be done regardless of the person's will. And by the end of this lesson, you will be able to use all of them and frame sentences on your own. So please watch it till the end. Let me begin with some verbs which are commonly used in daily life. The first one is iremas, which means to put in or insert or fill. Say for example, to put sugar in a cup of tea or coffee, or to insert a card or coin in a machine, or to fill gasoline in a car, etc. The te form of iremas is irete, and its nai form is irenai. Next is kyotsukemasu, which means to pay attention to or to take care. Its te form is kyotsukete, and its nai form is kyotsukenai. Next is kaeshimasu, which means to give back or return something to someone. Its te form is kaeshite, and its nai form is kaesanai. Next is haraimasu, which means to pay. Its te form is haratte, and its nai form is harawanai. Next is tomemasu, which means to stop. Say for example a car. Its te form is tomete and its nai form is tomenai. Next is nugimasu, which means to take off or remove. Say for example shoes, etc. Its te form is nuide and its nai form is nuganai. Next is shimpai shimasu, which means to worry. Its te form is shimpai shite and its nai form is shimpai shinai. The last verb is dashimasu, which means to take out or give. It can also mean to send or submit. Say for example a report. Its te form is dashte and its nai form is dasanai. Next, let us learn a new sentence pattern. We will make use of the same nai form of the verb which you learned earlier. But we will replace nai with nakute and then add mo ii desu. And this sentence pattern ending with nakute mo ii desu indicates that the action described by the verb doesn't have to be done. Let me give you a few examples and the usage will become clear. The verb isogimasu means to hurry up, and its nai form is isoganai. If we replace nai with nakute and add mo ii desu, we will get isoganakute mo ii desu, which translates to need not hurry up. You know that time is jikan, have is arimasu, and because is kara. Now, to say you need not hurry up because there is time, in Japanese it will be jikan ga arimasu kara isoganakute mo ii desu. Let me give you another example. The verb kaeshimasu means to give back or return something to someone. Its nai form is kaesanai. And if we replace nai with nakute and add mo ii desu, we will get kaesanakute mo ii desu, which translates to need not return. You know that this is kono and book is hon. To say you need not return this book, in Japanese it will be kono hon o kaesanakute mo ii desu. Let me give you another example. The verb ikimasu means to go, and its nai form is ikanai. If we replace nai with nakute and add mo ii desu, we will get ikanakute mo ii desu, which translates to need not go. You know that every day is mainichi and company is kaisha. To say you need not go to the company every day, in Japanese it will be mainichi kaisha e ikanakute mo ii desu. Let me give you another example. The verb haraimasu means to pay, and its nai form is harawanai. If we replace nai with nakute and add mo ii desu, we will get harawanakute mo ii desu, which translates to need not pay. You know that lunch is hirugohan, but actually there is another word for it. It is called chushoku. And if we add dai, which means the cost or the amount to be paid, it will become chushoku dai, which means the cost of lunch. Now, to say you need not pay for your lunch, in Japanese it will be chushoku dai o harawanakute mo ii desu. Let me give you another example. The verb nugimasu means to take off or remove, and its nai form is nuganai. If we replace nai with nakute and add mo ii desu, we will get nuganakute mo ii desu, which translates to need not take off or need not remove. You know that factory is kojo and shoes is kutsu. Now, to say you need not take off your shoes at the factory, in Japanese it will be kojo de kutsu o nuganakute mo ii desu. Now, if we add ka at the end of the sentence, then it will become a question. This sentence pattern ending with nakute mo ii desu ka is used to ask if it is okay not to do an action. So, if someone asks kutsu o nuganakute mo ii desu ka, then it means, is it okay if I don't take off my shoes? Next, let us learn another sentence pattern. Here again, we will make use of the same nai form of the verb, but we will replace nai with nakereba and then add narimasen. And this sentence pattern ending with nakereba narimasen indicates that the action described by the verb has to be done regardless of the person's will. Let me give you a few examples and the usage will become clear. The verb dashimasu means to submit, say for example a report, and its nai form is dasa nai. If we replace nai with nakereba and add narimasen, we will get dasana kereba narimasen, which translates to must submit. You know that every week is maishu and report is ripoto. Now, to say I must submit a report every week, in Japanese it will be maishu ripoto dasana kereba narimasen. Let me give you another example. The verb kakunin shimasu means to confirm, and its nai form is kakunin shinai. If we replace nai with nakereba and add narimasen, we will get kakunin shinakereba narimasen, which translates to must confirm. You know that result is kekka, and to say I must confirm the result, in Japanese it will be kekka o kakunin shinakereba narimasen. Let me give you another example. The verb kaerimasu means to return or go home, and its nai form is kaera nai. If we replace nai with nakereba and add narimasen, we will get kaera nakereba narimasen, which translates to must return. You know that next month is Raigetsu and country is Kuni. Now, to say I must return to my country next month, in Japanese it will be Raigetsu kuni e kaera nakereba narimasen. Let me give you another example. The verb nomimasu means to drink, and its nai form is nomanai. If we replace nai with nakereba and add narimasen, we will get nomanakereba narimasen, which translates to must drink. You know that every night is maiban and medicine is kusuri. Now, to say I must take medicine every night, in Japanese it will be maiban kusuri o nomanakereba narimasen. Let me give you another example. The verb hanashimasu means to speak, and its nai form is hanasanai. If we replace nai with nakereba and add narimasen, we will get hanasanakereba narimasen, which translates to must speak. You know that meeting is kaigi and Japanese language is nihongo. Now, to say I must speak in Japanese in the meeting, in Japanese it will be kaigi de nihongo de hanasanakereba narimasen. Just remember that this sentence pattern indicates that the action described by the verb has to be done regardless of the person's will. Okay? Next, let us learn how to translate simple English sentences to Japanese. The first sentence is, since there is no fever, you need not come to the hospital. Fever is netsu, not there is arimasen, since or because is kara, hospital is byoin, and come is kimasu. Now, to express that one need not come, we have to use the pattern ending with nakute mo ii desu. And since the nai form of kimasu is konai, the translation will be netsu ga arimasen kara byoin e konakute mo ii desu. Let us go to the second sentence. Bus stop is bus noriba, house is uchi, far is toi, 20 minutes is nijuppun, and walk is arukimasu. To express that I have to walk, we have to use the pattern ending with nakereba narimasen. And since the nai form of arukimasu is arukanai, the translation will be bus noriba wa uchi kara toi desu kara nijuppun arukanakereba narimasen. Let us go to the third sentence. Bank is ginko, money is okane, borrow is karimasu, and return or give back is kaeshimasu. To express that I have to return or pay back, we have to use the pattern ending with nakereba narimasen. And since the nai form of kaeshimasu is kaesanai, the translation will be ginko kara okane o karite imasu kara kaesanakereba narimasen. Let us go to the fourth sentence. Permission is kyoka and get is moraimasu. To ask if it is okay not to do an action, we have to use the pattern ending with nakute mo ii desu ka, and since the nai form of moraimasu is morawanai, the translation will be kyoka o morawanakute mo ii desu ka. Here, if ka is not there at the end, then it will simply mean that there is no need to get permission. Okay? Let us go to the last sentence. Fine or healthy is genki and worry is shimpai shimasu. Here, it is a request not to worry. So we have to use the nai de kudasai pattern which you learnt in the previous lesson. And since the nai form of shimpai shimasu is shimpai shinai, the translation will be genki desu kara shimpai shinai de kudasai. If you want to express an action that doesn't have to be done, use nakute mo ii desu. If you want to express an action that has to be done, use V-nakereba narimasen. And if you want to ask or instruct the listener not to do something, use nai de kudasai, which I have discussed in the previous lesson. Okay? So that is it for now. I hope this video was useful. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. And if you found the video good, give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.